Major Mohommed Ali Shah is live with us on the broadcast. Morning, sir. Thank you for joining us on NewsX. Of course, a star-studded event, all eyes on the Cannes Film Festival. What will you say about all the visuals, all the glamour which you're seeing?
Actually, it's a beautiful sight and it's a beautiful day to celebrate actually today. We have created history. For the first time ever, this kind of an honor is being bestowed upon any country. And I'm glad that India is doing the start. 75 years of independence of India, 75 years of Cannes Film Festival, 75 years of India and France friendship. So I would like to, on that note, I would like to tell all, or say to all my French friends, bonjour, comment allez-vous, merci beaucoup. So it is a great matter of pride and honor for us. A simple film, 400 Indian and film enthusiasts, 400 have lined up in Cannes. So obviously the French government had to work overtime to issue visas and paperwork and documentation for each and every one of them. And we have treaties with 15 countries across the globe, 15 countries, and the entire film commission of these 15 countries is going to be landing up here. There's going to be a chance of 6 independent filmmakers to be getting showcased. A close acquaintance of mine, Vani Tripathi Tikku, who's a member of the censor board. So she has said that there would be a special session at the India Pavilion over there. So that is amazing. In fact, a small screen film, a short film, which is screened at Cannes, it's a very big thing. And my dear friends, Om Puri Saab's wife and son, Nanda Puri and Ishan Puri, they had their opening launch of the Om Puri Foundation at Cannes, at the Cannes Film Festival. So yes, it is a very, very prestigious event, and because we all heard of Oscars and BAFTAs and Cannes, so this is something, for the first time, as you rightly said, Meenakshi, Mame Khan, a folk singer from Rajasthan, Mame Khan, who gave music for Luck by Chance and other films. He is going to be there, and we saw him with the entire, with the embroidery, the pink smart jacket and the embroidery, the Rajasthani embroidery that he was wearing, the traditional attire he was wearing. So it is really, we have created history. It only goes to prove the fact that India is not only doing well in terms of business, in terms of trade, import, exports, economy, in terms of its diplomatic, political relationships, military allies, military ties, in terms of culture. Just like in school, actually in school we have a topper who's excelling in academics. Now here we have somebody, like we have an all-rounder student in school, we have somebody who's a good debater, who's good in plays, who's good in athletics, who's good in sports. So India is proved itself to be an all-rounder that way. In fact, my compliments to NewsX as well. Your anchor Uday, NewsX won several awards at the recent very prestigious award ceremony for news anchors all over, for media. That is so it is a time to celebrate. It's a time to lead the way and to show the entire world what India's foreign policy is. Last month we saw so many diplomatic visits to India. The head of states, we saw ambassadors, we saw the prime ministers, presidents. They were coming to India one after the other at the time of a global crisis like the COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war. But here, including the Russian, we had the top diplomacy coming to India. And when India is being honored, it really means that India is definitely on its path of becoming a superpower, of being recognized by the international community, of being the superpower. The French Prime Minister, the French President was here in India some time back. And our Prime Minister went there to congratulate him on his victory once again for coming to power in France. So certainly in French language is taught in our Indian schools, many of them. It's compulsory to learn French. There's an option between French and a couple of other languages. And many of my friends picked up French. Well, I didn't pick up, but we have Alliance Français. My wife is doing a PhD in French history. So we have very, very good relations with France. And certainly this film festival, the Cannes Film, the Marche Du Film Festival in particular, with the India Pavilion there, speaks great volumes. And when we have actors like Nawazuddin Siddiqui, a very dear friend of mine called Anil George, Anil George and Nawazuddin Siddiqui had acted in a film earlier, a couple of years earlier, called Miss Lovely, and they were seated in the front row of Cannes. So that is the kind of respect India gets on any global platform, be it cultural, be it diplomatic, be it political, be it militarily, be it even Ukraine. We saw it was in the Pakistanis are flying Indian flag. So India.
So really, I take your point, sir. Absolutely, really testimony of India's growing stature as well. The fact that we've had such a high-level delegation of celebrated stars who are accompanying, of course, the INB minister. Thank you for joining us on NewsX, Major Shah, and of course, explaining really the history and significance also of Cannes and the significance of the Indian delegation going to the festival so eloquently.